All right, we're going to be talking about controlling your environment or your space. This has got to be the single biggest point of failure for people trying to scale their companies that work remote. You need to have a place, just one place, that you totally control. That means the noise, the internet, and gear. And I'm going to talk about all of this stuff in great detail in my other videos. But you have got to control your environment. If you don't do that, game over for you at some point. You're going to hit a ceiling. You're not going to be able to grow. So for me, my dedicated space, I got an office. I'll get into that. And also one of my cars I use, usually the Rolls-Royce or the S-Class, because it has the best soundproofing I've ever seen in any car. And so that's me trying to control the environment. You don't have one of those yet. No worries, you'll get there. Pick one, pick a space that you control, and go with that. So first, noise. Rent a Regus office close to your house, even if it's a small one-person room, but you need to control the noise. If your family has direct access to walk into where you are while you are working, you are not in control, my friend. You are not in control. Oh, honey, you know, your wife will come in. Oh, honey, I have a quick question. Oh, honey, or oh, if you got kids, oh, daddy, can we watch, in my case, the shark guys, what are they called? Baby sharks. If you got a girlfriend, you're not married, or a boyfriend, you know, they could want to be having some fun. Anyhow, all of this stuff is a recipe for disaster, and it prohibits you from being able to grow. So that's really key, that you cut that out and you control your environment. I'll talk in detail about what you can do to do that. Second thing is internet. Make sure in that controlled environment you have stable internet. A lot of times people get residential internet because it's cheaper. I always get commercial. Yes, it's more expensive, but you get dedicated account reps. The service level agreements are different. They don't throttle your internet connection. And if you're trying to, be on the phone and you're talking and connection drops, multiply that over the course of the year, how many times that happens, and you're done. So again, all these things, they add up. Then gear. Gear is the next thing on the list. Is you gotta have the gear, and I go into all the tools and services and how my office and stuff is set up remote, whether it's in a location or I'm in a car, like remotely. I'm gonna go do all those videos and you can kind of see how I do that. But the gear, so I use multiple monitors. I think I've said this before. People probably think I'm crazy. I've got about 7 monitors. I'll do a video on that. But the productivity is just through the roof. When you've got multiple monitors, I know Apple's got all these gestures. You can, swipe up and swipe down and click here or click that. That's brain cycles, man. You're burning brain cycles trying to do a tedious task like bring your calendar into view so you can book an appointment. And that's ridiculous. So if you have to do it, you got to do it. But the first thing you need to invest in is multiple monitors. Get all that stuff going. Also iPads, laptops. I'll get into all that stuff again as well. But you need to have a workstation that you control, preferably both in a remote environment or by remote, I mean like in the car, or you're out traveling somewhere, or your little home office. The biggest mistake I see people do in working remote is they get a laptop, a headset, and a couple other stuff, and then they put that in their backpack, and then they start traveling and they open it up by the pool, or they open it up by wherever they're going, or a coffee shop and all that jazz. And no, that's probably the biggest mistake you can make. And here's why. Every time you got to pack and unpack, you're focusing on chargers instead of building your business. You're focusing on, did I forget my headset, or building your business. So you need to have that controlled space separate, or if you can't do both, like I mentioned, just have one. But it's there. It's there all the time. It's always on. You don't need to focus on what the hell you have to do it. And that will make you successful right there. You don't want to have to go home to get a charger because you forgot it. You don't want to have to, do all that stuff because you simply are focusing more on what's in your backpack than focusing on your business. So if you really think about it, the number one reason why companies want employees to come into the office is because the employer controls your structured environment. You can't come to the office and say, I forgot my internet or I forgot my charger, right? I mean, that's why companies invest in that. And guess what? That's why companies make money, because they structure themselves so they control the environment, and that will lead to a lot of efficiencies. And that's make it or break it right there. If you're going to build a 20, 30, 40, $50 million company and you don't have this set up, I would like you to comment and tell me how you did it, because there's no way you can do all those things, multitask and run all that stuff, and you got that kind of stuff going on. Anyhow, those are the three biggest things. You need to control the noise, the internet, and your gear. Until next time, we'll talk again soon.